Fox 61 News at 10 starts now.
Randy Cox, life matters. No peace.
Now at 10, protesters marching the streets of New Haven wanting justice for a man paralyzed while in police custody. His mother and sister speaking exclusively to Fox 61.
And a follow-up on a story of a man who shot and killed a mother bear last month. We're finally hearing from DEEP about potential charges. We'll look at what their investigation uncovered.
And Sailfest in New London is back, but not without worries following the tragic events happening across the country. The Fox 61 News at 10 starts right now. Tonight, a community rallying for change, the Connecticut NAACP, and hundreds of people marching for justice for Randy Cox. Good evening, and thank you for joining us. I'm Carmen Chow.
And I'm Sarah Sanchez. And this group wants charges brought after he was paralyzed while in New Haven police custody. Fox 61's Alicia Machado was there. She joins us live from New Haven with more on their message tonight. Alicia, what did they tell you?
Well, the family of Randy Cox is calling for accountability, standing at the front of the march earlier today along with the Connecticut NAACP to push for justice.
For Randy Cox. Randy Cox.
Marching 2 miles through the streets of New Haven, demonstrators pushing for change Friday evening after 36-year-old Randy Cox was seriously injured while in police custody.
This is a serious situation where a young man pretty much is paralyzed from neck below, and this didn't have to happen.
A march led from Stetson Library to New Haven Police Headquarters by the Connecticut NAACP, family members and hundreds of community members showing up to support Cox as he is in the hospital. His sister FaceTiming with Cox to show him the rally.
He loved it because he wanted to see how many people actually really care, that really wants to know what's going on outside. So that was a real good touching moment.
The family of Randy Cox is not alone in demanding justice, not partial justice, full justice.
Just a few weeks ago, Cox's neck hit the wall of a police transport vehicle with no seatbelts during a fast stop. The community calling into question the treatment of Cox by officers.
If I say my neck is broke,
Don't take it as a joke.
Why are our lives devalued?
The family of Cox calling for accountability.
For me personally, getting them fired and arrested is my agenda.
We brought the topic to the mayor and police chief.
There is a process, but seeing what happened just from the video, I don't think there's much other things I can do. So I'm going to let the process take its place because everybody's entitled to a process. But I saw the video too, and I got to meet Randy 2 days ago in the hospital, and it moved me. It moved me. He's not in good shape.
I know there will be accountability. At this point, I hear the family's angriness and the public's anger, and I understand that people want action now. We need to have this process take its course.
Now, as for Randy's still a long road ahead, we're told that he still can't walk or talk. Attorney Ben Crump says they're pushing for a law to be named after Cox to ensure this doesn't happen to anyone again. Reporting live in New Haven, Alicia Machado, Fox 61 News.
All right, thank you, Alicia. She was out there earlier tonight, and before the march began, Randy Cox's mother and sister gave Fox 61 an update on Randy's condition.
They're also asking for federal charges to be brought against the officers being investigated. Fox 61's Tony Terzi has more on what federal charges they want.
While Randy Cox's family remains furious with how he was handled after being rendered paralyzed in one of the New Haven police vans, they were appreciative that the mayor and new chief visited Randy in his hospital room Wednesday.
Sometimes there's people that don't want to show up or they pretend, but they seemed serious. They, you could see the compassion on their face.
And Cox's sister said she felt it was important that the mayor and chief saw Randy in person.
Instead of, maybe seeing a picture or hearing stories from us, they got to see themselves trying to communicate with him.
Chief Jacobson said yesterday it was very emotional seeing your brother in his state.
Yep.
And he promised.
Looked like he was going to cry. He looked like he was going to cry.
Today, the family and their legal team met with the U.S. Attorney for the District of Connecticut, demanding that federal civil rights charges be brought against the officers.
Randy Cox is a national issue. All America is watching what New Haven is going to do in response to Randy Cox being paralyzed while in their care.
And Cox's mother, who says she misses him running errands for her, asks everyone to kindly keep praying for a miracle.
We still want people to call, text, and cards and things like that, but give him time to heal and understand.
Right.
We are here for him, and we are going to help him get himself together.
Randy Cox's mom says she looks for little signs of hope every day and tells her son all the time to be positive because there's no time for the negative. In New Haven, Tony Terzi, Fox 61 News.
All right, Tony, thank you. And switching gears to the weather watch. Well, if you thought today was humid, I mean, wait until next week, right?
Oh, yes. This 7-day that Rachel's been showing us all day. I'm like, oh, it's going to be humid. Let's send things over now to Chief Meteorologist Rachel Frank quickly with a check of what's happening outside now. Hi, Rachel.
Hi, guys. Yeah, as we head back to work next week, it's hot and humid, but this weekend looks really, really comfortable. And I think you're going to really love what we have in store. Right now, yeah, we're quiet out there. There were a couple of hit or miss sprinkles out there. 1 or 2 towns got a brief downpour, but that was about it. And it's still really humid out there, but that humidity is going to be on the way out tonight. You can see some signs of some more comfortable air to the north. That's going to be pushing in overnight and into your weekend. Right now, temperatures are in the 70s across the state. We'll see overnight lows dropping back into the 60s. And heading through the day tomorrow, we're going to start the morning off around 70 at 8 o'clock in the morning. Clouds breaking for sunshine. High temperatures will climb into the low to mid 80s as we head through the afternoon, close to 80 for the Connecticut shoreline with a light wind, low humidity, dry weather, and more of that in store for your Sunday. We'll take a look ahead at next week's heat and humidity too. Full forecast coming up.
Rachel, thank you. New at 10, Waterbury police are looking for a hit-and-run suspect. The hit-and-run happened at the intersection of East Main and Baldwin Street around 5 this morning. Police say a 62-year-old man was hit and he is in stable condition. Police describe the suspect's car as a gray Honda Accord with dark tinted windows and no front bumper. Call Waterbury police if you recognize the car.
Tonight, crews are investigating the cause of a fire that broke out in Norwich. It started in the empty Cape Hart Mill at the end of 5th Street. It was difficult for crews to get to that fire because of overgrowth and deterioration on the access bridge over the canal, and because of that, the first attempt to put out the fire was made by air. Then after crews were finally able to reach the building, you can see it here, the main body of the fire was put out quickly, but look at that. Crews are still investigating what started this fire.
New details from the shooting of a bear in Newtown. The Department of Energy and Environmental Protection says there isn't enough evidence to charge the homeowner who killed the bear. The investigation found that Lawrence Clark had numerous encounters with the same bear that caused him to fear for the safety of his family and livestock. Clark had called DEP for assistance a couple of days earlier.
He did everything we asked him to do. You know, he tried the hazing, scaring the bear off, shouting at it, loud noises.
It was continually getting food rewarded very close to people, and that's a recipe for disaster for a bear.
Deep says the bear had lost all fear of humans. When Clark tried to protect its chickens, the bear started moving towards him, and that's when he shot it. Deep captured and relocated the bear's cubs to a wildlife rehab center. Deep is requesting that the state legislature pass a law that would cite people for providing food for bears similar to ordinances already in place in some towns.
After 2 years without it, Sailfest is back in New London this weekend.
Between recent events and concerns raised by the police union, safety and security are top of mind. Fox 61's Gabby Molina is live in New London tonight. Gabby, what's it like over there right now?
Well, things are starting to wind down now. It was supposed to be open till 10 o'clock, but it is going to be open Saturday and Sunday, so there is still plenty of time to come out. And there are hundreds of thousands of people that do come out throughout the weekend, typically about 300,000 throughout Friday, Saturday, and Sunday of this event. Now, with so many people all in one place, safety has been top of mind. Smiles all around
Congratulations, we got a winner.
For the return of Sailfest to New London.
I love Sailfest. It's sad that we haven't been here for the last 2 years.
The summer festival welcomes hundreds of thousands of people to the city's waterfront park, bringing family and friends together for fun.
Hey, there we go.
It's nice to be outside and to see others and to be able to just be like back to normal, kind of, in a way. Because, you know, it's been tough just being cooped up in the house for the whole COVID event.
But safety was a top priority. Before the event, the New London Police Union was pushing for it to be canceled or at least scaled down, citing concerns about a staffing shortage.
I was very aware that the police felt a little concerned about the people being outnumbered.
The city's mayor said they were prepared for large crowds, thanks to help from federal, state, and local agencies, many of which were present once the festival got started, giving people some peace of mind.
I do feel safe. I see a lot of police officers walking around, so that's a really good thing, just to know that, you know, they are here.
I don't really have any concerns. Of course, we're always going to go by the adage, if you see something, say something, but so far so good. I feel pretty safe about here.
For those who did feel comfortable attending, it was an opportunity to take in the sights and sounds along the water, enjoying some good food.
We got cotton candy.
And carnival rides.
I'm probably gonna go on this that salt and pepper shaker, the thing that swings you around.
Just maybe not in that order.
Well, because we don't want to puke.
Some good advice there. The rides first, then the desserts. So if you are planning on coming out, again, this is happening Saturday and Sunday as well. Typically, Sailfest's busiest day is on Saturdays. That's when their big fireworks show is. But a warning to people out there, both the mayor and the police said that that is typically the day that they have the most traffic as well. And with those staffing shortages, that is something that they want people to be aware of and just have some patience. Live in New London, Gabby Molina, Fox 61 News.